Hello, my collective. Hello, my lovelies. How are you? Elsie here to give you, just to drop your reading on this Sunday, give you some energy for the week. I hope you're well. Here we go. Let's find some energy. What do we got here for the collective? We've got, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do. For it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. That is great advice. I love it. Okay, Charlie says we'll go one more. All right, well, maybe we'll go, that's too many. We'll take one more. All right. What else do we have here? Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and the relationship will magically transform. So, yeah, it's truth, right? I've learned this lesson myself, and probably within the last 1 or 2 years, that it is that you just have to support the people in your life for what they're doing, and you don't necessarily have to agree with the path that they're taking or the life that they're living or who they love or whatever it is. You don't necessarily have to criticize them for that. You can just really let it be as it is and watch them thrive, watch them love each other. And yes, not everything is going to work out, but it says here, don't make decisions out of guilt, doing what you think you should do. So it feels like you need to be true to yourself before you start criticizing others. You need to look at the self. It all begins with you. So before you start throwing stones at the glass house, make sure that you're not living in a glass house. Yeah, you need to accept people for who they are and what they're doing in their life. And as long as they're happy, I think that's basically what it's saying. Your relationship will magically transform when you decide that you are not going to criticize people for how they are or what they think or who they are or the decisions they make. All right, what else do we have here? For the collective, please. What other messages do you have for the collective? We have ask with sincerity. Speak up. Just listening. Yeah, speaking up is really it feels like you can speak up and build boundaries without being criticizing to another person about how they're living or dealing with life, right? I feel that if you really are truly going to ask somebody with sincerity about what you should do or about what they're up to, let's just say it's a BFF, right? You don't like the person that they're dating. Instead of criticizing them and telling them all the things that they aren't or all the things that their partner is not, maybe it's time to speak up with sincerity and say, but what can I do for you? Because I don't care about your relationship. What I care about is your mental health. How can I help you? And you don't have to tell them you don't care about the relationship, but maybe it's you're invested in making sure that your BFF has everything that they need. And in order to do that, you need to speak up with sincerity. Do something different. Yeah, maybe you're the person who usually butts in giving all the advice, maybe you're the Sagittarius who wants to save everyone, or the Taurus who has the advice for everyone. It says here that maybe not everyone that you are here with is your friend. So be sure that you do speak up. Nurture yourself first. It's always you first. It's always your mental health, not doing what you think you should do, but doing actually what you should be doing. And that might be, you might have to take a position of speaking up on behalf of a friend that you really have chosen wisely. Do something different. You might be the person who is usually into criticizing rather than supporting. And whether or not your friend is in a bad relationship and you see it coming, you should be supporting your friend. That is the only way that you're going to be able to keep them on track with you, right? Changing tracks. It all sounds about somebody, it feels like somebody here is about to change their mind about something, that you need to stop doing things to appease people around you, but also love and accept those people and let them do what they're going to do and be who they are. You go ahead and change tracks and you keep your commitments to yourself, but you don't necessarily have to reassess yourself every time a friend goes into a new relationship. It's about you making sure that you have what you need in order to be able to be a support for someone else. All right. It's the current situation over here, and then we'll see that whatever is coming up in the future here. What's the current situation for the collective, please? Collective, this is a collective read, so I will call out the signs and symbols and whatever you need to in order to make you understand what I think is going on here. But please be aware that this is your reading and that you are the person who is interpreting, right? What else do we have here, please, for the collective? It's the current situation for the collective. We have the 6 of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Cups. We have the 2 of Swords. You're not talking to someone right now. It's silent. Someone needs to make the decision to make the first move, and no one is. You used to have reciprocity with this person, and you don't anymore. But someone is about to make a decision about something that they decided long ago that made them sad. It wasn't a good decision. And it was an emotional decision, maybe, to not communicate anymore. Could be dealing with the King of Cups, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. This could have to do with very deep-seated love, very deep love. Someone that you may be connected to psychically, possibly. The King of Cups is quite psychic, right? Being a Scorpio, quite psychic. 5 of Swords and the 2 of Wands. So you two had some words and then went on your separate ways. It feels like you felt that the king was lying to you, collective, that you felt that the king was either lying to you. We've got 5 and 2 is 7, right? 7 swords. I feel like the king actually was lying to you for some of you, but for some of you, you just felt that the king had feelings that they weren't showing you on the surface. And I think that's probably for most of you. That's what I'm feeling, because Scorpio is very stoic on the surface, right? No matter where it comes up in the sign, it will make them very stoic on the surface and not really letting you see what's underneath that. I think somebody's making a choice to maybe tell you about their feelings and how they feel about not having any reciprocity since you guys stopped talking to each other. I don't necessarily think that it was an argument or a fight, but I feel like it almost went to a natural place where it shut down, where you stopped talking to each other. It's like you didn't want to talk to this person anymore, collective, because you felt they were lying to you or that they were never going to breach the surface with their feelings. And it feels like there was some sort of an intense or tense communication that you had with the king, and you decided to go. You decided it was time to make a decision to go back to the crossroads and figure out what it is to do from here. I think that what she's looking at is nurturing herself first, to be honest. I see somebody here who's feminine, but understand we are reading energies. We're not reading body parts, right? Ooh, look at that. Okay. So the person that you are separated from or not talking to is a soulmate. You feel that they are a soulmate. You both possibly have water in the chart, but what I want to say about the King and Queen of Cups is that they're very psychic. They're very, very much in each other's energy, very much connected in the 5D, the 3D. And both are healers. Very psychic. Pisces and Scorpio are inevitably connected. Yeah, at some point. So it feels like it is the Queen of Cups that moved along. It could be a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. You could have that somewhere in your chart. Somebody moved along. I believe that in moving along, the Queen of Cups realizes that she must nurture herself first. See, this is a problem when you're not the Empress and you don't have all the energies. When you are showing up as the Queen of Cups, you're always in fear or at risk of being depleted, because this is the healer. This is the psychic person. This is probably the light worker, the card reader. This is the one who will always pour into others' cups, even if they're not pouring back. So she is always at risk of being depleted. So I think this is a A message for you, my dear psychic sister or brother, that it's time to nurture yourself first. And choose your friends wisely, because I believe somebody here is sucking on your energy. It's easy to pick up energy vampires if you're not replenishing your energy all the time. Do something different, which is the message for the Queen, I feel. Do something different. Make sure that you are nurturing yourself first and taking care of you, doing the things that are authentic to you. Rather than paying attention to this, criticizing others, it's time for you to take notice of what's going on with you, and it's time for you to nurture the self first. It might be why you've decided, because it's silent, right? We've got the Two of Swords, pardon me, with the King of Water here. I feel like it's been silent because of some sort of intense intense connection or communication that ended up being overly emotional, or one of you saw it as being overly emotional. All right, it's coming up in the future. We've got the Queen of Swords. So somebody does speak up here. There is somebody who does make a decision. It's overwhelming. It's confusing. They're not really sure. They have a lot of opportunity here. So somebody has a lot of opportunity, either the king or the queen. And it feels like somebody is going to speak up after a long time of being in the Seven of Cups. Somebody is going to speak up, make their decision. Swords. Interesting. Very interesting. So we have the King and the Queen of Swords here. So it feels almost like we could be dealing in Emperor or Empress energy here. Because if you are showing up as the King of Swords and the King of Water, maybe you're pre-Emperor energy, and maybe if you're showing up as the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords, maybe you are pre-Empress energy. It feels like we have two people who know how to speak to each other. It's like they're very straight with each other, very honest, but very kind, loving, and caring. So we have Swords and Cups. So it feels like someone is going to be very honest about their feelings, about what's been overwhelming them about this connection. But they're going to be straight with you, and you're going to be straight with them. And this could end up in a bit of a quandary here, right? They both are in the upright, which is good news. So they're both, being quite logical. But the Queen is a divorcee, someone who's newly found their voice. So the King she's going to give the King a run for his money. There is great clarity here, though, so we are going to get great clarity on what we've been thinking about, how we feel about each other, what the emotional confusion has been here. I believe the King and the Queen, it's like we got to get into our brains. We got to take the emotion out of it. We started with the emotion and it didn't work. We got to take the emotion out of it, and we got to talk about it face to face, right? And we need to get great clarity here. And I feel that from this conversation comes great growth as well, because that's really what the sun is about, right? It's being seen. You see me, I see you. It's great clarity. It's growth. Everything grows under the sun, right? Personally, professionally, spiritually, we grow under the sun. We have the Three of Wands. This is a situation where the two of you felt heartbroken for not being together. I feel we've had time apart and time to heal, and that's why we're not going at it with the emotions. That's why we're going at it with the swords, I believe, because of the healing, the great and intense healing that the sun has been providing here. Somebody has been watching you, or you're watching them possibly, but there is a knowledge here. You two do have knowledge and clarity about why things had to happen the way they did. Tower. Somebody realizes you are the soulmate. It's a realization. Someone's come to the knowledge and the realization. It's a shakeup. They didn't expect it, that the person that they broke the heart of, or the person that broke their heart, is the person who is actually the person you want to be seen by. You now have a realization that this person is the Six of Cups. Yeah. It's a realization. All right. Somebody's having a realization that you are the person, and they want to speak with you. There is going to be communication. There is a king and a queen here, so there's going to be communication somehow. It's going get some advice. Tell me more about the collective, please. Let's get some advice for the collective. We've got energy activation. We've got creativity and putting the work in. We've got a new opportunity, acceptance, and apology. I feel that goes along with the tower as it comes out right beside the tower. It feels like somebody here has an apology for the intense conversation that ended up breaking you two up here or stopping the conversation. I feel like it's two people that want to give reciprocity to each other, feeling badly that things went silent in the past, but now we're making a decision to bring it back together again. I just need you to be honest with your feelings. I think that's what's going on here. So there is a new opportunity. Insights gained from new experiences, job, or a partner. It says acceptance, accepting the past and current situations. I feel we're going from this to this. The current and the past situation is here, and I feel the current is what's going to be going on soon. There is going to be an apology. Somebody is going to decide now to put the work into the situation that they left back here. Somebody peeled away from this divine, I feel, divine connection because of they couldn't handle their feelings. Yeah, it was something that they had with the feelings that they couldn't express the feelings, or they were scared to express the feelings. It feels like that you will find once you remove this block, once you have removed the block of acceptance, you will find a creative way for your energy to move again. And I feel that a lot of that is going to be in meditation. So whether you meditate while you run, or meditate while you paint, or meditate while you are falling asleep, whatever it is, I feel like more meditation is needed here to bring in new opportunities. Somebody wants to talk to you, and there is going to be an apology, I feel. Yeah, somebody's coming in with all the words. The swords are here, right? Somebody's coming in with all the words. All right, I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for coming and watching here. I do appreciate you. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Please offer me a thumbs up if you could on the video. That would be great. It'll get me seen in the algorithm. Thank you so much for that. And if you're interested in a private read, I have something for everyone's pocketbook. Please look for the yellow dot in the description. You'll find my email address and the link to Wizio. I'm going to go for now. Thank y'all. I love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.